Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the series on trusting yourself and developing and strengthening your intuition and psychic abilities. We are on the third video or series of this, although I feel like you can probably watch them in any order depending on your progress, your growth, your development, and stage at where you're at with your psychic abilities. So last week we looked at awareness and just being and noticing with curiosity where we're at in our journey, how many times we look outside of ourselves when it comes to asking for guidance, questions, tips, anything, instead of just looking within us and asking ourselves that particular query. And this week, today, we're going to look at feeling. And when I talk about that, I mean physical feelings and also emotional feelings. So we will get started. Let's dive right in. I think it's really important, especially as you're at the start of your own psychic development, perhaps strengthening. If you have recently experienced a spiritual awakening, you may have increased or have felt an increase in your own gifts in these different energetic shifts we've been experiencing, and also through different ascensions that we all go through. And also throughout different times throughout the year, like Cancer season at the time of this recording, our intuition and psychic abilities increase. And sometimes, depending on the other work we're doing, many other gifts start coming in and opening up. And so it's important to first take a look at one, where do you feel these feelings? Pay attention. Where do these extrasensory perceptions, these abilities, come in? Where do you sense them? Because some people can sense them if they're clairsentient or claircognizant. They'll just know, and they're like, it just comes to me, I know it. Some feel it in their bodies, especially if they're medically intuitive, empaths or intuitives. Some people feel it in their mind. They see images or they hear things. So pay attention to what you notice. Where are you feeling it in the physical body, but also in the 5D physical plane? Because sometimes you're not going to feel it in your physical body, but you'll see it in your mind, like clairvoyance. So that's what I mean when I talk about the physical body, because sometimes you're not going to feel it as we feel, someone touching you or water on your skin, but you know it. It's an extrasensory perception as a result. So second, what do you feel? So if you feel a particular sensation, when you know it could be something that you can't explain, that is intuitive, that's perhaps something that is showing you or telling you something that you have no idea where it's coming from, but you just seem to know like what it is about. Think about how that ties into how it makes you feel. And I think this is key, because our emotions and how we feel when different intuitive hits come up, different psychic abilities are enhanced, and the images that we get, the things we hear, the things we feel, the things we sense, sometimes smell or taste, they're important because they could either hinder or help you move forward in your own psychic ability development. And so I take a very practical approach here. A lot of people, when they are first getting in touch with their own psychic abilities, especially for those that are not born with this gift and have grown up nurturing, cultivating, and really harnessing this throughout their childhood and their formative years, but also in their adult years as well, it can be a little bit weird when you first start receiving or coming into contact with your different gifts, and as more and more strengthen and grow. And some of the emotions that I've heard most commonly from others is fear, anxiety, and sometimes that can block your progress. That can block the strengthening of that particular psychic ability or gift. And that could also help you or make you take a step back. And usually that necessitates delving more into why you feel that way. For example, people that may be able to communicate with spirits, psychic mediums, sometimes some people will actually see the spirit in form, others work through images, clairvoyant, clairvoyancy, I should say. Others hear things, and sometimes that in itself is fearful. Some people are like, I don't want to see dead people, I don't want to do this and that just blocks any ability for them to continue. And really digging deep about what you're feeling, not only to recognize those gifts, those psychic abilities and your intuition, but recognizing what you're feeling when you do feel those. It's like a double layered feeling effect here. It's important because it helps you connect the two. When you have more of a curiosity, more of an openness and an embraced type of posture, and you just accept things like a flow and surrender type of state, you're more likely to strengthen your abilities over time. And I'm speaking from my own experience. Everyone else has many different ways of working with their own abilities, with harnessing that, and with developing it and strengthening it as well. New and I'll just say abilities they've had for a while. And this, I believe, really connecting to the feelings, both in the emotional plane and the physical plane, and also the extrasensory plane, spiritual plane, if you will. It allows us to dig deeper and to help uncover any blocks that could be sabotaging us, but also preventing us from moving forward in this path. So this is also really tied to awareness, because a lot of people skip this step and many people discount what they're feeling. You know, have you ever been in situations where you may meet a person or you go into a room and you just get a certain vibe and you get feelings? Maybe you get goosebumps, or the hairs on your arms go up, or you just feel unsettled, or the way someone talks to you, it's not even them talking to you in a certain way, but their voice, their energy, perhaps their energetic field or aura, there's something about them you can't place, but you don't feel comfortable. Those are all signs of your intuition working, and also different forms of your psychic abilities. And for those of you that may not know what your psychic abilities are with the clairs that I've listed, this will also help you determine and develop those more. Because, for example, as an empath, many empaths are claircognizant and clairsentient. Many empaths that I know, they just know things. And that's something that I've always had since I was little. I've just known things about people, private things people didn't want me to know, but I didn't say anything. I always knew when people were lying to me. I always sensed people's emotions and feelings and energies. And as I've developed, I started getting more, I'll just say different clairs. And so you kind of start to compartmentalize and realize which are which. So documenting this through journaling or writing is going to really key you in. And this is something, again, because this is coming out, these videos are coming out every week, it's not something that you may uncover or figure out by the end of this week, by Friday or Sunday. This is an ongoing, iterative process that builds upon each week and the amount of work you put in. But this is ultimately going to help you get more comfortable with yourself, your intuition, what you're feeling, and realizing that, hey, I'm not making this up. I'm not in some type of twilight zone. I am in touch with my reality, because I have also noticed when people are coming into tune, coming into being with their own psychic gifts especially, they may gaslight themselves. And so they may say to themselves, no, this can't be happening. I don't know what I saw, but maybe I was tired. Don't. That's why it's important to document this in some way. Journaling helps. Whenever you get a nudge or feeling, work through it. What do you sense? What do you feel? What comes up for you? What do you smell? Like, go through all the senses and anything else that you don't feel that's of this world as well. And you're going to start seeing a pattern over time. So I hope this video helped with really getting in touch with your feelings, both physically and emotionally, both in this world and also out of this world, extrasensory. We're going to keep diving in. Comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, what you're feeling, what's coming up for you, and I will see you next week. Take care and thank you.